What's up, everybody? It's your main man, Bennett, back here. And again, that was a hook shot. Sports. Basketball. So, welcome back to the All About It podcast. Obviously, don't worry. It's Arielle.
You really jumped in with that one, Bargles.
Also, how about Bill Murray? The one and only Bill William Murray. We are decked out for the holidays. This is, in fact, the episode that comes prior to hither, there, and the Christmas. So here we are, baby.
Do you recognize what you just said?
What'd I say? What'd I do?
I'm not even going to repeat it.
Thank you for that. So,
do you say tinsel?
Yeah, well, we got tinsel.
Yeah, just like last week.
Right? So we have that.
Bottle brush.
We have that. We have this. And
we have that.
And there
which
she
is me,
is.
which is green. Thank you, Mommy.
So,
for letting me borrow this.
welcome back to the program. Another beautiful Tuesday premiere of the All About It podcast. Thank you for joining me and her today.
Thank you for being here, and happy Christmas.
Yes.
Happy holidays.
Happy every holiday. Every holiday, I say.
Yes. Shall I review thine week?
I think that...
I feel like since we started YouTube, I've been saying, shall I review thine week? Someone should fact check me.
Well, I also think that, since we've started YouTube, just everything in our lives is better.
I fully agree.
Everything, food just tastes better.
Right.
Air travels into my lungs and I get a breath and I can finally breathe again.
Okay.
That's how I feel.
I have to tell you about my most recent hallucination.
Are you lying?
No, because I saved it for this moment.
Okay.
Do you know how hard it is for me not to tell you what I hallucinated?
I mean, I'm blown away that you are even having hallucinations at all.
Are you ready for this?
Of course. Of course.
I was in bed. Of course it's in bed, because it's either when I fall asleep or when I'm waking up, right? We all know this.
Right.
We have this candle right now, and it's kind of got a crackly shell to it. It's kind of like, it's the look.
Right.
Like, it's whatever vibe that candle was going for. It's kind of cracked. And so I've rolled over, and I'm looking at the candle flickering, and it's still on. I know I should blow it out. That's what she said. But I didn't. And I turned back onto my back. Swear to God, I fell asleep for 5 minutes. Opened my eyes, and the ceiling was crawling with crackaroos. Just cracks in the ceiling.
Oh.
Like tan.
I thought a crackaroo was like some kind of weird insect. We've been watching a lot of insect shows.
Oh my God, don't even get me started. What bugs will duel it out and which one will win? Stay tuned to find out on the top 10.
Yeah. Here's the top 10 bugs that... top 10 bug fights. Here's top 10 bugs that probably shouldn't fight. Here they go. Here's a trapdoor spider versus another arachnid. Here, tail of the tape. This one's venomous.
All right.
Arachnid.
So,
oh my God.
So I look up at the ceiling, and there's cracks. Just...
Crackaroos, right.
And the more that I hallucinate, the more I realize it's what's been described as though maybe you're on hallucinogens, which I've never done before. And I'm looking up at the ceiling, and I'm like, is this what it's like to just be on mushrooms? Or is it not?
Well, you're probably...
I have no idea.
So you're tripping?
Because I am on my back. My eyes are fully open and comprehending what is happening.
Okay.
And I'm looking, and the cracks are there, and they're moving. They're moving.
Now, what are the chances that you are fully asleep and you're just actually kind of dreaming this moment?
No.
No?
My eyes were open because I remember blinking like this.
Could have been just a vivid dream.
No, it's not.
No.
My eyes... Oh, it's not. My eyes were open, okay? Okay.
You don't ever hallucinate fun, good stuff. It's always...
Bargle's robot arm or a man in the room.
It's like I'm waiting for you to... I hallucinated that I got up in the middle of the night and I made a nice big batch of scones. And then I woke up and then there they were and they taste great.
No.
And I go, these are a little dry. I think you did this
in
the middle of the night.
The hallucinations are always in the bedroom from where I am residing.
Why can't you have a hallucination where it's like, objects may appear bigger than they actually are kind of situation? You know what I mean? It's like, wow, I hallucinated. It's like, anyway. Anything else?
Yeah, the cracks really got me this week, and I didn't tell you. And then I blew out the candle, and there I went. So, anyway.
So the week...
No, I have more for the week.
Okay, good.
Dear God, you think I'm just going to do the cracks and that's it?
Yes,
just the crack?
I did think that is what I thought.
Just the tip and the crack.
Just
okay,
you
so...
wait.
Just you wait, Lynn. Okay, the next thing I wanted to mention is that, well... If you've been a listener of the show for some time, it's no secret that Bargles and I are saving up to buy a house. We've mentioned this before.
It's true.
And throughout this year, still saving.
Every $5 bill I get, I put it in a shoebox on top of my fridge, and don't ever come over and open that box.
That's a pretty full box by now.
Those are my $5 bills. Were you ever told to do that?
No.
Put away,
no.
Every time you come across a certain thing, put it away?
No.
I did for years. I was putting away $5 bills. What I realized is...
You're a hoarder?
No, I didn't get a whole lot of $5 bills.
$5 bills are not that common.
Well, that's the whole point, is then if you take every $5 bill you make, or you come in contact with, and just set it aside.
Do they stop making fives?
No.
Oh. I don't know.
No, they still got all the money.
I know that eventually they're gonna try and stop making those casheroos.
Hey, are you an expert on currency
or conspiracies?
Are you an expert on $5 bills? Okay, Grandma, let me know in the comment section below how many $5 bills are left in circulation.
There you go. That's a great question to ask everybody.
I think so.
So, everyone, if you listen, we're trying to buy a house. If you don't know, now you know.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably our last Christmas here. And if I say, if it's not, I might have some problems by the end of next year.
Right.
Not to say I don't love it here, and I appreciate these walls and where we live. I mean, God, when we move out, you guys, I'm going to show you exactly where we lived this whole time, and you're going to be like, no wonder you didn't leave. I wouldn't either. But, okay, here's the thing. We were in bed the other night on Zillow or Trulia, whatever we're using, and looking at houses, and all of a sudden I just start tapping these houses, and they're all made out of, thick stone. And I'm like,
the houses?
Are we going to have to live in a freaking Fraggle Rock house?
But you were looking at houses that were made of stone?
Yeah, but it just so happened that 6 or 7 that I clicked on in a row were all thick stone, adobe, Fraggle Rock, Flintstone.
Okay.
Frickin' Flintstone. What? Can we not?
I mean, it worked for one of the pigs, right? Didn't they got a house of straw. They got a house of brick, They got a house of clay.
Wait a minute. Call back. Speaking of mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
Was that a Dr. Seuss thing? Or is he too, with the kids?
Wait, what?
Wasn't it a thing that he was, tripping?
I mean, yeah, I think it was probably more like an LSD thing, but I'm not a theologian. I'm not some kind of expert in the realm of hallucinogenic medicine. I'm not some sort of Trippy Red character, and it's I'm aware of it, but I know not. It's kind of like if you asked me to play a game of solitaire. I think I can do it, but I don't know what I'm doing, if that makes sense.
I think everything you just said just proves that you would be great. Okay, so...
Great at tripping. I'm already so messed
you
up.
You are, yeah. No, you're not messed up. You're beyond brilliant.
I'm in outer space. I'm yeah, it's when a kid is failing his classes, and the mother's well, he's actually really quite smart.
Yeah.
That's me.
My Billy. My Billy.
He just doesn't apply himself.
Yeah.
But he's really smart. He's smart at home.
For me and my my mom and I are just she's just not a good test taker.
You fell through the cracks.
For me. I fell and my fingertips were up on the ground level, and I was like, somebody help.
I mean, you know the scene in The Lion King when Scar is there and he like lets Mufasa go. Spoiler alert if you aren't familiar, Scar lets him go. It's a tragic moment. Sorry if this is triggering to some people. I think you were both characters in that moment. Like you were like,
I let myself go and I fell.
You're like, be gone. Me doing things academic. Like, you turned out all right.
And then I don't know if I've said this before, but then my mom will like see my physics teacher at the district office, and he'll be like, "Oh, how's she doing?" And I'm like, "How? First of all, how many thousands of kids has he had since he's had me as a student?"
Right.
Teachers are the heroes, the true heroes.
Because
even when I'm failing physics, the dude still was like, "Oh, how's she doing?"
I mean, maybe you failed that bad.
You remember?
That he's like, she's gonna need some help. She's gonna need some help in life, just moving forward. And hey, how's she doing? You still taking care of her, right? She at home? She still at home? Nah, she's got a business. Oh God, what is she doing? Selling like lollipops on the street corner or something? Like, what could she possibly be doing? Oh, she actually is she's doing quite well.
Okay, so I wanted to mention the Fraggle Rock, Hallucination, Our Last Christmas Here, and bug shows. We already went on a tangent with that, so I don't even need to mention it.
Well, I mean, we can go deeper into it if you want, but we don't have to. We can save it. I think
the people that they cut away to on that show last night, where she's like, "You cannot even imagine the turmoil and the anxiety that the house spider must have. I mean, this showdown is truly going to be the showdown of all showdowns." And then it shows like animation of the two bugs going at it, and it's like, okay.
I love how passionate people are, especially when you're in like the science field. It's like, you're in the sciencey field, your specialty is bugs, and you are like so freaking amped and jacked about it.
I'm happy for them.
I'm like, God, I miss that.
I wish I was that passionate about
anything,
something.
About anything.
Anything.
It's like the horn-tooth owl-shaped frog eats the grasshopper, the Nordic track. Grasshopper.
Nordic track.
You know, they just found blue bumblebees in Australia.
We should have a spin-off podcast called Bargles and Me, tangent.
Or just a whole other show where we just talk about
nothing,
cool animals and bugs and stuff. Because I think
know.
They're so cool. There's so many. Hey, look it up. Australia. Blue bees.
Blue.
They're blue.
The way you say blue, I can't even copy you. Blue.
It's like I'm warming up. Here we go.
I'm okay.
Here we go.
Wait, okay, one more thing about the bugs before we go on. The green spider. That green spider.
Oh, beautiful.
And the two scientists were like, green. "Oh, she is just stunning."
And they're like, "Oh, look at the spider. She's modeling." It's like, dude, friggin' spider. Okay.
She's got eyes on the back of her head.
It's like, let the spider live. Jeez, quit trying to put that spider in a box, you know.
I know it.
Anyway.
Well, that's my week. Don't wear it out. Except for the fact that we're just preparing for Christmas. Oh, what else, Sparkle? We've just been like really pounding out the last minute projects. There's a lot in our world right now. Just take everything and times it by 5 in 1 week, and people swoop in and they're like, "What can we give you to turn in this week? How many days in a row can we do?
Put it in a blender, hot in a blender, watch it spin around."
The beautiful oblivion.
That song has been playing.
Rendezvous and I'm through with you.
Somebody out there knows that song. Anyway, I'm holding back so much right now from not just going full into song.
I almost started crying.
Huh?
I did actually cry today, like sad cry, but I'm over it. I gotta get it out sometimes.
That's good.
I gotta flush it out.
I almost cried today.
Because you saw me crying?
No.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't do it for me.
Yeah.
But I wasn't gonna bring this up. Oh, but now I feel like there's no better time to bring this up. And it's something I didn't even talk to you about. What? You're laughing at the premise. I literally am talking about.
I think I know where this is going.
No, you do not. You do not, and neither do you. I'm trying to be serious here for just a second. maybe a bit back here and again. What's today's episode all about?
Oh my God. It's all about Christmas past and present.
Ole! Feliz cumpleaños.
That's happy birthday, my sir.
Feliz Navidad.
Can I say one thing before we get into it?
Yes.
It's Christmas related.
It's Christmas related.
I am so terrified to ask this poll on my Instagram because people get aggressive about like Cheez-Its and Goldfish. So asking,
so.
Right. Asking if you think Home Alone 1 is better than Home Alone 2, what kind of frickin' response am I going to get?
I mean,
people are going to, it's going to be like, when they'd show old videos of like people running in the stores on Black Friday and like trampling each other.
Yeah.
That's what I picture like in my inbox, in my DMs.
I picture a number of things. I picture the people that are upset that you don't mention Home Alone 3 going like, actually Home Alone 3 was the best one, and they're dead wrong. But
that kid's bowl cut was the reason the movie's good.
It's they're entitled to their opinion. Also, I picture like they get so into answering this question that they literally break their phone by how hard they push their thumb on a, like you can't push your thumb hard enough to be like, and then you break it. That's what I picture.
So I Googled, is Home Alone 1 better than Home Alone 2?
What's Google got to say?
I did about 5 minutes of reading.
Okay.
Until I came to the conclusion that every single credible article that I found, it is a resounding Home Alone 2 is better.
Wow. Okay. All right.
And I'm just going to put this out there right now. I'm going to put us out on the table. We're a Home Alone 2 family.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Definitely.
I'm going to go as far to say that I could go without Home Alone 1.
Altogether?
Yeah.
I mean...
When's the last time you wanted to put that on? When's the last Christmas that you wanted to put that on?
I can't say.
Like 4th grade?
When it came out? I don't even know if there is a time I've ever wanted to put it on. It just kind of went on.
If you feel differently and you're upset by our choice, I want you to tell me, what about Home Alone 1 is it?
Well, while we're on the topic,
it's classic.
While we're on the topic, we can milk Home Alone 2 for a second. These are like the
he's in New York City.
The Home Alone 2 nipples. I'm just milking.
It's the best of both worlds. He's lost in New York. It's in New York City during Christmas. What is more magical?
Here's something I never picked up on in all my years until
we talked about this
year. Did we already talk about this on the show?
No, with me you did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the crux of Home Alone 1 is that there's a creepy old man that is the shoveler. He's got the shovel, and he's real scary and old. And so he's Kevin McAllister, played by the legendary Macaulay Culkin, was afraid of this guy, but then ultimately befriends the guy. And the guy actually, I think, saves him from the intruders, played by Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern. And so he had to get over his fear of this stranger, and the benefit was he made a friend, and he learned a valuable lesson: don't judge a book by its cover. And the guy ultimately, hit the bad guys with his big old snow shovel. Okay, we're all on board with that. In the second one, he meets a bird lady, very scary in Central Park. But why were you scared of the bird lady? Because, I thought you learned a lesson in the first one, don't judge a book by its cover. And as I'm saying this, he ran away. He turned around and he goes, hey, actually, you ain't that scary. And then she took him to see the
villain in that one is more so the guy with the big teeth and like the hair at the hotel.
Oh, the Curry, Tim Curry. Yeah,
he's
Rob
the villain.
Schneider.
He's like the funny secondary villain.
Yeah, the hotel. I think
the bellboy.
If I had a buzzer, I would buzz it and say, "We've done it. We've done it enough."
Okay, that's it.
Yeah, that's enough Home Alone 2 talk. So,
well, Bargles, I want to know one thing and one thing only.
What love is? I want to know what love is. I want you to show me.
Okay. I want to know what your Christmas tradition was growing up. Did you guys Did you guys run to your parents' room and wake them up and run downstairs? Did you guys run downstairs before your parents? Were your Santa gifts wrapped or exposed? Tell me everything.
Okay, so the Bargles household, the Roberts household.
And don't blow anything about my traditions yet.
Bargles came way later.
Yeah.
We always had the wrapped gifts. I think some of the hallmark traditions in our home, there was a few. My brother and I, we come downstairs. The first thing, well, I guess what comes before Christmas is Christmas Eve. Mm-hmm. And one of the longest standing traditions we ever had was we would open one gift on Christmas Eve night. Mm-hmm. Now, my parents always kind of sandbagged us and gave us kind of like a lower tier gift. Smart. Don't want to blow your wad on Christmas Eve and then you got nothing cool on Christmas Day. You know what I'm saying? But then, you'd have a little gift. It'd be like some socks or maybe some crayons. I don't know. Some little thing. But I thought that the best part, like the best gifts I ever got, stocking. Mm-hmm. The stocking, my mom's and dad's stocking game was on point, baby. They'd always put in two things that were always there. Actually, three. There was always something for your teeth, like a new toothbrush or floss or gum or something. Mm-hmm. There was always a Satsuma, little tangerine, like a couple of those. They just throw them in there. And then there would, like 9 times out of 10, there would be gelt, those chocolate coins, the little Jewish chocolate coins.
That's called gelt?
We always called it gelt, yeah.
Oh, my God.
So, because I think the gelt is also like I don't know. I'm not going to even pretend like I know what I'm talking about. But we called it gelt. Mm-hmm. I don't know if we're right or wrong. We called it gelt. So that's like the little chocolate coins that were really hard to open and they didn't even taste that good. But you'd get the little coins. And so that's it. Those were the only other traditions would be a really nice breakfast on Christmas morning. And then we would go to my aunt's house Christmas Day, like afternoon, hang out with like my grandmothers and have dinner, have a big old family dinner. That's it.
Fun.
Yeah, always clothes, always socks, always underwear.
You got to get a refresh.
Occasionally a video game, or way rare would be a video game console or system.
Oh, yeah.
Like the Super Nintendo. I remember that Christmas when we got the Super Nintendo.
That's a big deal.
Oh my God, we freaked out. I remember the first question was, is this for me or him? And they'd be like, it's for both of you. And we both look at each other and be like, nah, it for me, but then we always played together.
There's no point in not sharing one of those.
Totally. Yeah.
Or playing 2-player. I'm sure you guys played with each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
We did.
When we got the N64, freaking blew our minds.
Yeah.
Insane.
What about you? So what are like, were they similar to my experience or what kind of stood out?
I mean, I remember waking up really early all the time and either waiting in bed or going into their room, or sometimes I'd like hear them rustling downstairs early in the morning. And then
That's
dad.
Santa. That was Santa.
Yeah, that was Santa. Yeah. My dad would get the video camera ready. Mm-hmm. Every single year was filmed us coming down the steps in the Redmond house, and he would film us, like he would like, it looks like he's like backing up, so he'd get us like running towards him and all the way down the steps and then get our reaction to what was in the family room, because we would have everything unwrapped. Everything would be exposed, like Santa just like left it there.
Right.
I don't know if that was a tradition for my mom or my dad growing up, or if they made it up for us.
Hey, you save money on wrapping and you save time.
Yeah, and it's kind of fun seeing everything. Like, it's kind of a shock. You're like, oh my God. But it was always really fun. And the year that I got the American Girl doll, Samantha, I'm sure there's many of you watching me right now, and you got American Girl doll too.
Well,
or wanted one.
What blows my mind to this day is the volume of like documented family occasions
for us.
Yeah,
blows my mind.
Like your dad. It's your dad.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because your mom is in a lot of these videos.
If you see my dad, it's like a really rare.
I mean, someone took the camera away from him. And he's like, this is my camera.
Yeah,
these are my kids. These are my kids too.
Give me back my family.
Yeah. So he was filming you guys all the time.
All the time. I mean, for everything.
If you follow the All About It podcast on Instagram, we post. Well, she posts a lot of old family stuff, and we're hoping to uncover some some of
more,
my,
yeah.
because all mine are like, they're like black and white photography.
Really?
I don't know. It's like, there's like some good stuff.
From the 40s.
There's some gold in the hills of my family's.
Oh, I will
past.
crumble the day that I see you on video as a child.
Right.
I don't know what I'll do.
Well, I peaked. I peaked at about 5, maybe 6 years old. I peaked.
That one behind you?
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
So other traditions so the funny thing about our family was that we have a lot of extended family, and my mom's side would come over for Christmas breakfast and opening presents, and all the cousins would hang out on my mom's side for like a brunch, I think, or maybe during the day. I'm not sure. Can't really remember. And then at night, my entire dad's side would come over. So my parents were hosting back to back to back, like Santa presents for 3 kids, hosting breakfast and opening presents, lunchtime, which was probably nothing, and then prepping for dinner and everyone coming over. Just to give you an idea, there's about, I'm not exaggerating, I think there's like close to 30 to 40 people on my dad's side.
Mm-hmm.
And or more now because everyone's having kids. All my cousins are having kids. And then on my mom's side, it's between 10 and 15 with all the kids involved. Maybe a little bit less back then.
Very fair, large size families.
Yeah. So
coming together.
So those years where we hosted, time of my life.
Right.
So fun.
So many cousins, and your aunts and uncles are awesome. And it's just, big.
There were some years where we went to like Dave and Ann's house or my grandparents' house, I think, earlier on, but so much fun.
Dave and Ann are your aunt and uncle.
Uncle, aunt, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I remembered another tradition in my house. And I have no doubt this is almost like redundant to say.
What?
But watching A Christmas Story.
Oh, yeah, it's on all day, isn't it?
Yeah, so I remember when it was on 24 hours, all day Christmas. It was on TNT. And then I remember it became 48 hours, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And then it became even more. I swear it was like 3 or 4 days where they just played it on repeat. It ended and then started up again, and ended and started up again for like 3 or 4 straight days. And we would watch it again and again and again. Until one year, I remember this. I'm not making this up. I think I told you this. We used to get my dad DVDs for Christmas because, you can only give but so many slippers and socks and coffee mugs. Yeah. Occasionally, we'd give a DVD. Not anymore. I don't think anyone's given anybody DVDs anymore. Well, maybe Blu-rays. But we'd give them random DVDs of, like Bad Santa or Dumb and Dumber or like whatever. And I remember one Christmas, we got him Pulp Fiction. And he immediately was like, put it on.
Oh my God.
It's Christmas morning. Oh. My mother is getting breakfast ready. And we're watching Pulp Fiction, one of the best movies of all time. But not exactly. I'm like, what, 10? It's
not like a cheery, festive.
No, I'm a kid. I'm like 10 years old, 11 years old. My dad's like, let's watch Pulp Fiction. That one, like, it's graphic. It's
very
the language, everything about.
Everything.
I love it. One of the best movies ever made.
Yeah.
But it's not. Doesn't really give you a whole lot of Christmas vibe. And then it became a tradition for a few years for us to put Pulp Fiction on Christmas.
That's kind of cute.
Maybe we did that for about 4 or 5 years in a row.
Wow.
To be like, let's
keep this commitment.
Let's keep the tradition going, and it became kind of fun.
My family is a Christmas Vacation.
That's right.
Fan.
That's your top tier Christmas movie.
My family overall, like the overarching decision is Christmas Vacation.
You know 100%. It. You guys, when I first met your family, you were quoting that movie, and I wasn't as familiar with the movie, and your mother would say something like, "You wouldn't hear a dump truck drive through a nitroglycerin plant," and I'd be like, "That's a very odd thing to say." I don't even understand that. I don't get that at all. And it's like it's a perfect reference.
Another one is she's like, I have to sleep with. Imagine sleeping with your brother, and she's like, well, I have to sleep with your father. We're all making sacrifices, Audrey.
There's a lot. Beverly D'Angelo.
Oh my God, she is.
Chevy Chase.
So funny.
Killing the game.
Well, I went over all of my. Oh, also a notable present for me as a child: an air chair. with flowers on it. So like groovy flowers on a blue air chair with a matching ottoman.
I really believe that I got an air chair as well, but not for Christmas, but at a Scholastic book fair.
Are you serious?
I got it.
Was that marked up the butt?
I think it was like if you sell some magazine subscriptions, you get some points, and you take the points, you go to the book
and you
fair.
pick what you want.
And I got a Captain Underpants.
Everyone got a Captain Underpants. I got
an air chair, and I got a sick bookmark.
Oh yeah, holographic.
Holographic. I think it was the kind that you like whip on your wrist and it like wraps around your wrist and like, bam. Bookmark or wristband. Either way, I am.
Okay, bookmark, Captain Underpants, and like some sort of little dinkus journal or something.
Right. To keep all your important thoughts and inventions
and maybe one of those plastic yo-yos that got really popular.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those were there. They were just marked up.
God.
Air chair. The air chair moment was definitely when Limited 2 was very popular, which that's all I wanted stuff from was Limited 2.
Mm-hmm.
Such a brat. Didn't deserve any of that. Okay. So that's all I got for traditions and presents and stuff like that. Do we have any traditions now for us as a married couple?
That's a good question.
Not really, right?
Like in this house, we've lived on this block for 10 years.
Almost.
This will be our 10th Christmas.
On the block?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe.
I think about 10 Christmases on this block. I think the first couple years we didn't have a tree. Then we had a real tree.
We never got a real tree.
We've never had one?
I've never had one in my life. Sorry to everybody.
Oh, no, we got our first fake tree, and it was like a little fake tree. Now we have like kind of a medium-sized fake tree.
So I got a 3-footer at first, and then I graduated to a 6.5, which is what we have now.
I gave that tree away.
The little one? Really?
It's now in our neighbor who's a teacher. He has it in his classroom for his kids.
Oh, okay, that's okay.
He invited the kids to come and put an ornament from their house
My reaction,
onto the tree.
That's very cute. I'm glad. My reaction would vary based on who you gave it to and what they would use it for, so that's best case scenario.
When I say neighbor, you're immediately like, nope, don't like it. And then I go, teacher. And you go, okay. That's the one I like.
I like all our neighbors.
I'm sure you do.
I'm sure you do.
So,
okay.
What's that to like?
I know.
Sugar? You got some sugar? Let me borrow some sugar.
I know. So, I think I did ask some peers, some fellow friends, their traditions.
Oh,
or
yeah.
no, I'm sorry. Best memories. It's best memories.
You know, I see in this little list here, there's some memories, there's some gifts, there's some, moments that I definitely relate to. And maybe you at home, you'll relate to some of these as well. Should I just kind of get into some of these? A couple people replied. What was that?
I'm just rile them off.
Raffle them off.
Raffle them off.
Rippity,
win
rap.
Captain Underpants.
So, several people were talking about how every year they get new pajamas.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember that too. I remember getting new pajama bottoms pretty much every year.
My sister and I got matching nightgowns.
Okay, you win that round. So yeah, receiving pajamas, and then the next level beyond just getting pajamas is every member of the family gets matching pajamas.
Oh.
And then someone's gonna go, okay, now everyone put them on. Time to take a pic. A couple people traveled to other countries. So one person mentioned as a kid, we were always traveling to other countries. One Christmas was spent in the rainforest.
Wow.
That is
Amazonian?
Very cool. Going out with your family to look at Christmas lights the week of Christmas.
Very cute.
There was a lot of people that do that. I like to do that.
I think we're doing that this weekend.
I didn't always. I used to think it was really, really lame. Lame to go look at it. Lame that people did it. Everything about it. I thought it was just. I'm having deja vu right now, which is crazy because it's impossible. But I didn't like it. That was lame. Maybe it's just I say Christmas lights are lame. But now in my life, it's kind of like, oh man, that rug really ties the room together. I'll watch HGTV. I'll be like, I don't even look at the lights. I look at the craftsmanship of like, wow, that's a lot of work, Clark. You really did it this year.
Yeah.
So, and then when the whole neighborhood is in it together,
so cute.
It's pretty inspiring.
What if we move into a neighborhood
Then I'll be pissed off.
And
then
we don't know until someone comes over and they're like, so, we all do this big thing at Christmas, and we're both just like, do we have to?
It's like, I don't even know.
Do you have to participate? I mean, it'd be
mean,
kind of a D if you didn't.
I'll tell you, I don't own a ladder, so I'm only everything's gonna be like up to where I can reach.
Okay.
I'm not getting on a ladder.
The last time I saw my dad, I was like, what are we gonna do when Bargles and I have a house and we have to put up Christmas lights because we don't know what the frick we're doing?
I mean, it's not rocket science.
No, I know that you would do it, but I can imagine.
Rocket science?
I can imagine you doing the chore or the thing.
Sure.
But I can't picture you on a ladder like with a staple gun for some reason, like high up.
Well, we have a staple gun.
You don't like heights.
Don't like heights.
I don't mind heights. Maybe I'll do it.
Don't like staple guns.
So our theoretical new neighbor, if he comes up to us, and of course he'll bring us like fresh banana bread to meet us with.
Okay.
And he'll be like, so our neighborhood does this thing where we all put up Christmas lights and everybody drives through, and it's like you tune into the radio station that we have on our grass with the sign. And
play ball.
Really? You would do
Play
it?
ball. I'm not going to treat it like competition if I'm a rookie, but I'll play ball. I'll play along. And then we'll, either be inspired to participate or not. Another option, if we wish to choose it, is I got a buddy that does Christmas lights professionally. And he's super affordable. So, I mean, that might be another option too. I mean, I think we have to supply the lights, obviously. But then he's like, yeah, I'll get on the ladder. He's a ladder specialist.
I think my dad would do it for free. I think
probably
he would.
I'll do it for free.
I know you will.
Yeah.
I'll do it for free
and then
too.
you get what you get.
Yep.
Yep.
You get what you pay for, and if you don't pay for it, there you go.
How about going to the Holiday Arts and Crafts Fair?
Oh, I didn't even know
where
that was
the
a thing.
best pumpkin rolls are.
I
would think it's safe to assume that this year, not a whole lot of craft fairs taking place, and sucks.
We definitely missed ours this year. We
Yeah.
usually do too.
Not a big fan of that, but it means that in my mind, next year will be double great.
Double the fun.
Right, just like the Dewey Cox, like, you got to be double great, Dewey, for the both of us, because he with the machete. How about waking up to snow falling in our Valley Center home?
Valley Center gets snow?
I did not know that.
I apologize,
I think there's parts
sir.
that it's deep enough. Deep
Oof,
enough.
You mean high up enough?
Deep enough, high up enough, elevation enough, whatever it is. I mean, there's whatever the science of snow requires.
For the listeners at home, that's only but an hour away from us.
Not even.
And we live on the beach.
Yeah.
So I'm shocked that it snows there.
Right.
Shocked.
Right. I think it's because a little bit of desert out there, a little bit of the elevation.
Little bit of desert, and it is higher up. Yeah.
Valley Center. I've only had one white Christmas that I really remember.
Me
it was
too.
in Redmond.
It was in 1992.
Was that it?
Mm-hmm.
So you were 3 years old and you remember it like yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So I guess I was 4 years old, and I'll take your word for it. Yeah. I remember going out. There was no snow the day before. You go to bed, you wake up, snow all over the ground. That's a white Christmas. That's it. All right? So, what else we got? How about lip syncing to Christmas Time Is Here by the Chipmunks for a Christmas pageant?
Oh, lip syncing.
Yeah.
I can't imagine lip syncing.
Your sister said going on a cruise to Mexico.
Oh, we did that in 2016.
Now, would you recommend, for the listening and viewing audience at home, would you recommend going on a cruise during such a time as Christmas?
Well, to be clear, I think she wrote that in as the best gift you've ever received.
Oh,
because my parents took us on that trip.
It's true.
Which is a very cute and thoughtful answer, and I mean, it's such a nice gift. So nice.
It is.
We had a great time in Puerto Vallarta.
Cruises to me, very bittersweet. We've been on 3 cruises now. And it's not like we are, seeking out going on another cruise.
We're not cruisers. I just want to make that clear. We're not cruisers.
Would you go on another cruise? We've literally, we said never again, and then we did again. So I kind of say, yeah, anything can happen.
So the second one was for the third one, and the most recent one was for work.
Right.
And it made a lot of sense to do that for everyone, right? So here's the thing. I will never say never. It depends on the cruise line and where it's going.
Fair enough.
If it's a petite, intimate, high-end, like river cruise in the Mediterranean.
I knew you were going to say river for some reason.
In the Mediterranean, I'm down. Take me there. Stop at different little European cities along the way, perhaps.
Little riverboat gambling.
Right. So
poker table.
There's
that.
Monty. Or a very specialized, weird one that goes to a very remote, once-in-a-lifetime location. And it's also has to be like one of the nicer cruise lines.
I'm open to it, but I personally, I don't want to plan out my life and vacations based on the requirement of Dramamine.
I know, it's tough. Yeah,
and, we don't need to keep laboring over this. It's like, oh, should we go on a cruise? Or, ooh, I don't know about that. It's a little bit blasé. If you get a chance to go on a cruise, I say do it so you can have an opinion on it and get a perspective on going on a cruise. I think that's a fair thing. If you do some research, you'll realize also that the cruise industry, it's got some issues.
A little flippy.
It's got some issues. So while you might have some fun, there are consequences.
What's that guy's name that had that special or that?
Hassan Minhaj. It's a great. He has a great many
what
episodes.
Could they search for?
If you look up Hassan Minhaj cruises, he's got a whole episode of his show.
Just link it in the description. We'll link it.
There you go. He's got a whole thing about cruise liners and how much money they make and how well they operate their business. We can leave it at that.
Yeah.
Because they're operating their business well enough. Okay.
There you go.
So, how about some gifts? And a lot of people were talking about their Walkman or their Discman.
Oh, girl. Yeah.
If you didn't have one and you got one for Christmas and you got your Walkman or your Discman with the anti-skip, with the gravity boost, the anti-skip with the boost mode, you push the button and you don't know what that button does except it drains the battery more. And you got your big old briefcase full of CDs of, Spice Girls and Destiny's Child. And
now volume 3.
Now that's what I call music volume...
Forever.
Yeah, whatever.
Here's how old we are. Well, I don't think we're old, but
yeah, we are.
Now came out when we were alive, when we were kids.
You know what I miss? And I'm pretty sure they still do it. Kids Bop. You ever listen to Kids Bop?
Oh my god.
Go check out Kids Bop. Some of the songs they have on there are better than the originals. I tell you.
Yeah, it's
true. Because it's kids singing along to songs, and then it's like
pop music.
Yeah, but then they sing along to like rap songs.
No, they don't.
Yes.
No, they do
Go
not.
look it up.
No, they do not.
I think that new Cardi B song is going to be the
no,
next one.
No, it's not. WAP?
Oh, yeah.
Kids Bop is going to do WAP.
If they know what they're doing from a business standpoint, they damn sure will. If they want to sell some units, get Ariana Grande songs in there and have little kids sing it. Okay. My now husband got me a Canon Rebel XS on our first Christmas together about 12 years ago.
Wow.
That's a nice gift. Now, for the people at home that don't know what a Canon Rebel XS is, I don't know what it is, but I assume it's a camera.
It's a DSLR camera. It's just a really good digital camera.
Okay.
SLR camera.
Okay, well. Lovely. How about getting an iPhone for Christmas?
The best.
How about getting a cordless drill with a built-in radio?
Wow. That's special.
How about a Nespresso?
Hey, I've been loving mine.
How about season tickets to Broadway San Diego?
Oof. Love it.
Broadway anywhere. How about getting our English bulldog Cora?
Oh.
Shout out to Cora. Doggy.
Shout out. Hey, doggy. Hey, Cora. Hey, guys, whoever wrote in saying doggy, Cora, the doggy, I want you to put this AirPlay it to your TV or turn up your volume on your podcast app. And hey, Cora, hey, doggy, you're being shouted out on All About It. What are some other ones, Bargles?
Getting a handmade Barbie house. So big that I could fit in it.
Wow.
I mean, that sounds like whoever made that is...
a carpenter.
Right.
a GC for the house. You know what I mean?
Getting Lan's nightgowns?
I think that's the kind of
Lans?
I learned by posting that little clip of my siblings and I for Christmas when I asked these questions. I learned
the
that
nightgowns you guys were wearing?
that's what they're called. Lawns or lands.
Lan's lawns.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what they're called.
Well, I mean,
Very 90s.
We had some other more specific and unique entries. So thank you to those that wrote in with a hyper unique moment.
The trains tradition is continuing to pass by every 3 hours.
I'll share a Christmas tradition that's not mine. It's not ours, but it's our neighbor's, the teacher. Shout out to our buddy Jesse. He has a Christmas train set.
He does?
Yes, and I've seen it, and it gets bigger every year.
He adds like a car to the end.
He doesn't. It's not that. He builds a whole elf village.
Oh my God!
Little gnomes, little elves, and the village has grown. And I didn't see it this year yet, but I told him because he's on vacation or he's out of town. Mm-hmm. When he comes back, hopefully I'll take some pictures. I'll put it on the Instagram or something because it takes up his whole life. This little fairy Christmas village,
my God.
And there's a train that just kind of runs through it. So I mean, dedication. That's a good tradition. Especially he doesn't have any kids.
Yeah.
But when he does, it'll be prime.
Oh, it'll be prime.
Perfection.
They would be such good parents.
Yeah, yeah. Sure, of course.
Yeah.
Definitely. Teacher. Let a teacher teach.
Baby. Oh, it's cold outside.
I love Christmas.
I love it.
Probably my favorite holiday. Christmas and Thanksgiving, they go neck and neck every year, and I love that they're just a couple weeks away. They're only 3.5 weeks
It's
apart.
so weird. And it's also weird that Christmas is this close to the end of the year. I never think of it that way. Mm-hmm. I know it is. I know it is. But I don't think of it as being a week from the end of the year.
Right.
It's so weird, which is why I say, knock on fake wood, fingers crossed, that this time next year we are in a different place.
We'll see.
We'll see. Been a long time coming.
Buy a house. Hey, maybe we'll just move into the country and buy ourselves a nice little log cabin.
Nope.
Maybe we'll move out to the desert, get ourselves a nice little dune bugger.
I will not be with you.
Maybe we'll move out to the bayou, get ourselves a nice little riverboat.
Oh,
open
God.
Ourselves a bed and breakfast riverboat gambling trip tour that we get to say all about it.
The lip.
Hey, you at home or wherever you're at, you want to go on a riverboat gambling tour, courtesy All About It crew, where you get to hang out with us for a week and pay top dollar for some really nice chicken tenders.
I hope you like scotch.
And potato wedges.
JoJo's. How dare you?
Thank you for the correction there, matey, first mate. Well, then, let me know in the comment section below. We'll let that dictate itself. I think hopefully maybe years from now we'll actually we'll have a big old riverboat gambling.
Let's take
trip.
the money that we were gonna put down on a house and just buy one of those boats
Don't
with
flirt.
the fans in the
Don't
back.
flirt.
With the fans in the back.
Don't flirt.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Like the.
What are those called?
What's that? Yeah, what is that?
Is that a riverboat?
The Disneyland. What's
No.
the Tom Sawyer ride?
No, like the thing that Bobby Boucher would drive, with the fan in the back, or his mom.
Yeah, I get.
There's a name for
little
that.
The swamp
boat?
the hovercraft.
Swamp boat?
I think it's a hovercraft.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It doesn't hover.
I agree to disagree.
Okay. Well, is that about wrap her up?
I think it does. I will say.
This was the most tangent episode I've ever done.
Merry Christmas. Thank you for tuning in
Merry
today
Christmas.
to the All About It podcast. Obviously, new episodes of the show available every Tuesday, like a clock that is never going out of style.
It will never stop.
Hey, do you like Instagram? Did you know? Arielle and Bennett back here in the end. Arielle V. All About It podcast. Instagram is a great place. Check out pictures, videos, and that's it. What else? All About It podcast at gmail.com. If you have an episode topic that you'd like to discuss, we're all ears.
Or if you'd like to ask us anything, do you need advice? Do you want a doggy but you can't get one? Do you like grapes but your husband is like, I hate grapes?
Frozen?
Do you like Chardonnay but your wife is like, that's not cool? Write in. Ask us what you should do, and we'll let you know what you should do. Unsolicited advice, we're here for you.
Actually, that is solicited. We're soliciting your solicitation.
That's right.
Okay.
Oh, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Woo! Okay, that's it.
That's all we got on this week's episode. I hope everyone has a joyous holiday season, a happy and Merry Christmas, and a Merry New Year.
Well, no, we're gonna see them before the New Year.
Well, yeah, but that isn't still good to say.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Enjoy your week of food and love and comfort and Home Alone 2, and we'll see you next time.
Roast, beast, feast.
That's right.
Till next time.
Bye.